Dun, 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 dun. This is Latoya the Lioness Meta Mastery Podcast, the space where we can talk strategies, mindsets, and mastery in every area of life. I'm your host, Latoya the Lioness, and today we're getting real about something that's been heavy on my heart and on my mind. Sorry, my guest had something to do to work, so I had to do my podcast on my own. And the most things that the coach had told me was that sometimes people fail or sometimes that you have to do things on your own. Don't count on family or other friends. Count on people that you don't know that feels unseen or invisible that will help your podcast grow, which is true. People only have their own values or thoughts in life. That's why I'm doing this podcast now, positivity, because people have underlying feelings about you or you trying to succeed or get to a better place. Now, the topic for today is marriage. Now, I know the title might have caught you off guard. Marriage is a flex, but it is to me. To some people, it's not. And lately, that's all the rappers and other people have been doing lately and saying that marriage is not a flex. But stay with me. I'm not saying marriage is fake or temporary. I'm not saying marriage is fluid. It blends, it shifts, it grows, and it doesn't. And if it doesn't, it breaks. But if you put God in the middle, you won't have none of those problems. If you put God in the middle, you won't have to worry about, okay, I'm mad, or I'm not going to sleep with him, or I'm going to leave, or I'm not going to stay there with him. You have to find some type of solution that will help you in the end with your marriage, because you don't want your marriage to fail. Divorce is always a final and last result that no one should have to go through. We're living in a time where everything is changing. How we work, how we communicate, how we love. So why do we expect marriage to stay the same as it was 30 years ago? Well, we're about to talk about it. I chose this topic because all on the internet, which only Facebook because I no longer have Instagram, is because all people say is marriage ain't what it used to be. So what's the use of even trying? And my response to that is maybe that's the point I'm trying to get across on my podcast today. See, we've evolved. We're more independent, more self-aware, more about mental health, money, and identity. So, of course, marriage is changing too. It's not that love has lost its value, it's that love has learned new rules, which I see all the time on the internet. They don't think marriage is a flex. They think marriage is something to do or to use a person. And I don't think that way. I think marriage should be surrounded by love and between two people that want to put the work in. In 2025, marriage looks different. And honestly, it should. People want a partnership, not an ownership. They want peace, not performance. They want to be seen, not managed. The fairy tale might be gone, which is true in 2025, but the foundation can still be solid because marriage isn't supposed to look perfect. It's supposed to fit your purpose. And that's why I say marriage is a flex. It's not rigid, it's responsive. It bends with who you're becoming and how better you will be with that other person. Let's be real. There's a lot of pressures around marriage. Pressure to get married, pressure to stay married, pressure to make it look good online, pressure to it should be the person that they choose for you, or whether it's your career or whether it's your family. They want to make choices for you. That should be your own choice. Everybody has a different perception. So your perception should value what you believe in, not what the other person believes in or other people that's in your family or your close friends. We've turned marriage into a performance, basically. And then we wonder why so many people feel trapped inside of it and do stupid stuff and sue and take other people's money for their own selfish gain. But here's one thing. When you shift from pressure to posture, everything changes. Posture means I'm not performing, I'm positioned, I'm grounded, balanced, and intentional in that person that you want to be with. Because real power in marriage isn't control, it's alignment. And I've been learning that lately as I read more scripture. It's not who leads, it's how we move together. You're supposed to move as one force, not as, oh, he works and I sit at home, or he buys me everything and I don't do anything. No, it's a partnership and it should be done 100-100. There is no such thing as 50-50 in marriage. So if you're single, married, divorced, or somewhere in between, your power is your posture, and that's what I'm in. Pure, abstinent. Since 2023 summer, I have not touched no man. I'm obedient to God, and my body is my temple, and I shall keep it that way until I find a husband. How you show up for yourself determines what kind of connection you attract or maintain. Love today has layers. Yes, it does. You have to know a person first. You have to get to know them. You have to know their spirit, know them spiritually. You have to make sure that their spirit is with God so that you can keep going in 2025, because there are a lot of people being murdered for the things that should not be going on in the world. Yeah, women cheating, going behind their back, they're getting murdered. So that's not a good thing either. It's not just about vows. It's about values, what you believe in life spiritually. It's not just chemistry, but communication between two people that understand that my perception is different and your perception is different also. Not just romance, but respect too. Even though I love romance, I think you have to respect the person as much as he respects you, especially men, because they have it more harder out here than we do. Marriage is a flex means it can stretch and adapt without snapping. It means understanding that seasons change and people evolve. Some days marriage gonna feel like fireworks. Other days it's gonna be like quiet maintenance because you may not get along. Or you may just be like me. If I'm mad, I'm just gonna go over here and read this book, and when he calms down, we'll come to a solution. But that's the point. Flex doesn't mean fake. Flex means fluid. And if both people are committed to growth, then that's a flex. No doubt. Seriously, it is. I think marriage is one of the greatest flexes in the world that people have taken for granted over the past 40 or 50 years since I was born. And that's ridiculous. How y'all disrespect it and how y'all take it out of context. Some people do. I'm not saying all, but they do. So here's what I want you to take from this podcast. Marriage doesn't have to look like anyone else's. It should look like yours. Nobody else's perception. No way how you want to, they want you to be. It should be how you and your partner imagine how marriage should really go. It's okay if it's unconventional. It's okay if it's evolving. It's okay if it doesn't fit the Instagram aesthetic or the Facebook or the YouTube or whatever. The real flex isn't showing off your love. It's protecting your peace inside that love. Because a solid marriage isn't about matching outfits and hashtags is what I see on there just for likes and views on the internet. It's about matching energy and vision. And that's mastery. That's meta. That's taking it up there with the master himself, the creator, letting him know that I'm ready for covenant and not to be still sitting here playing around, fornicating. Because that's the most important thing. And that's to feel loved, appreciated, valued. Marriage says you're supposed to be one. So once you learn to be one and learn that both of you have different perceptions, but once those perceptions are brought together, you can do a lot of phenomenal things that you couldn't do by yourself. And then it won't allow people to manipulate you because you have a partner or a mate that's going to back you. You don't have to worry about people manipulating your finances and your home life, or whether someone likes you or they doesn't like you, or them telling their opinion about you to your spouse. And I see a lot of that going on. The main thing that destroys a marriage is an outside force. That's why I take it so seriously. And before I even get married, we're going to lay a lot of boundaries down. This world is so different and chaotic now because of the things that they think that is correct. I can't condone a woman telling people, okay, it's okay to be loose out here, or it's okay to sleep with multiple men, knowing the consequences of it. And it's not even just the consequences of disease or anything else, it's the consequences of you hurting your spouse or you damaging your temple. That's why I keep my temple solid and I'm pure. So I hope you're enjoying my podcast right now, because I really am, to talk to you. This is my feelings, my perception of how marriage is, not anybody else's perception. Whatever your perception is, I'm very, very, very welcome to any questions or advice I can give, because I'm not married, but I know the values of marriage. I've been taught to be a Proverbs woman, not just the 31 part, the whole Proverbs. And I read Ephesians and what a husband should be like. So yeah, this is what my podcast is containing today. And I hope you're enjoying it. So whether you're building a marriage, healing from one, or redefining it, what love means for you, remember, marriage isn't about perfection. It's about evolution. It's about covenant. It's about the eternity that you will spend. And the strongest thing you can ever do is stay flexible enough to grow with grace. I'm Latoya the Lioness, reminding you to stay powerful, stay purposeful, and never lose your roar. And don't forget to follow the Meta Mastery Podcast on YouTube and Facebook Business. So I love this. It was so beautiful. And this was my first podcast I did on my own. And next, I will be doing my next podcast next Friday on perception and learning to keep yourself positive every day. I love this video because it goes into depth about the things that marriage should have and should be. I didn't make my podcast that long this week because I didn't have a guest. So next week I'll try to get a guest, but I'm going to keep on until I do, until I succeed, because I didn't get to succeed how I wanted to in life because of a lot of trauma. I lost everybody I love, so after that had happened, I put my career on hold so that my children could be successful. And now that I'm by myself and need to make my career successful, what I went to school for, what I owe $100,000 in student loans for communications, and I went to school for radio broadcasting also. So, and I like my voice. It's mellow and sincere. Yeah, and then people don't never believe that I'm 51. They'd be like, no, you're 35. No, I'm 51. I'm not a 35-year-old grandmother. That's what I have to keep telling them. But thank you for your time and your patience with me, and thank you for viewing my video. There will be more to come. I will be doing videos until somebody says, okay, Latoya, we want to hire you. Come broadcast for us. Somebody, they'll see, that want some positivity, because I know you celebrities is tired of them dragging your life, and most of the time it be lies. Especially with my favorite basketball team, my basketball player, that had me upset because he follows God. So I know when a man follows God, that wife gonna follow him. That marriage, yes. Stop doing that. Stop trying to tear people's marriages down that don't deserve it. And I watch them. I like that. I like things that are godly and that are inspiring to other people. So I'm not doing it for views. I'm doing it for people that are unseen, and people give off a different perception about them behind their back. Those are the things that I'm going to focus mostly on, and being positive, and stop pulling these celebrities apart because some information from the news, which the news then got dry, and radio and everything else to me with the mess y'all be posting. Especially in a podcast. I be like, now you do not have to tear nobody down like that. It hurts them and it's wrong. That's what this segment was basically about, and to teach people about somebody that's really honestly in a marriage. So I thank you for this time you took with me. And next Friday, don't forget to tune into me about not listening to other people's perceptions. Thank you. I'm Latoya the Lioness signing off. It's been fun.